So, time to leave this sector. But if we check the phase counter, once again, it's only a single Metroid to get to the next phase. Yeah, strange things are afoot once again. So we have a pink palette this time. I had a few requests for pink in the comment section. Also, somebody did specifically ask for a Kirby palette, so that's what I'm trying to go for here. It also doubles as a shout out to my good friend Shag. Over on their channel, they just wrapped up a blind LP of Kirby Planet Robobot. I highly recommend going and checking that out. It was a very fun project to watch. And they have a lot of other cool stuff over there, so definitely go give Shag some support. And as long as I'm plugging friends, a quick shout out to my friend Neo. He did the intro and outro title card work for this project, and in fact the Duck Hunt outro, that was completely his idea. He just asked what stats I wanted to track for this project, and then he got super creative with it. I love what he did with it. So there's a link to his art blog in the video description. Definitely go check him out. So we have some pooled up lava, or hazardous liquid there, whatever you want to call it. But it's not the final level of it, we can go further down. All the way down here. Kinda want to take these out just in case they drop some missiles, thank you very much. Hey, there aren't nests down there. You're not supposed to be there. Now, if we come over here, we reach an impasse. We're not going down there just yet. So instead, let's go this way. This bit is a little strange. It kind of loops in on itself. Either way you go, you will end up at the same endpoint, so don't worry about going the wrong way. Because, essentially, you can't. Wow, even with the Spazer, small targets like these can still be annoying. But we're topped off on energy anyway. So either way you go, you end up at this room. And we have an alpha. It's been a while. So, yeah, phase over. Well, that was easy. Though one does have to wonder why there were 2 Metroid shells in this room. Just saying. With that out of the way, next phase, 1 Metroid. Also, just proof of concept, the rare times you can get underneath a Moto, you can take them out from this side as well, without worrying about the armor plating. Good to know. But with that, we have fully looped around, and we're back here. And the lava went up instead of down? Well, that's new. The first time you see this, it can be rather confusing. After all, we're just trapped in this little loop again. There's not really too much we can do aside from going back to that room we were in earlier. You know, the one that had 2 Metroid shells in it? I think you see where we're going with this. There's a reason for 2 Metroid shells. Meet the Omega Metroid. These ones are kind of a thing. They work similarly to Zetas in some ways. You can only attack them from the front or from behind. Attacking them from behind is the better option though, because it does more damage. Screw attacking does nothing, but it will keep you safe from the lunging attacks that it does. Though still sometimes it can go kind of crazy with those and I'm not really sure what to do about that. From the front, it takes 40 missiles to take out an Omega Metroid, but from behind, attacks do a whopping 3 times the damage, so the more strikes you can get from behind, the better. Calm down. I don't really know any surefire ways of dealing with Omegas, though. They can still be kind of a thing. screw attack did not go off, but there we go. Definitely not as bad as it could have been. From what I understand, Omegas are a lot worse in the fan game. But as you can see, it didn't take me anywhere near 40 missiles to take it down, so the back attacks, they definitely help. So now that we've looped back around, the lava has gone back down, and we can leave. For those wondering, you do have to loop around to get to that screen transition where everything goes dark for a moment. You can't just defeat the Alpha, leave the room, go back in, and then the Omega will be there. Trust me, I tried. Also, something I just noticed there. I kind of wonder why sometimes the missile pickups dropped by Scorps are upside down. As far as I know, it doesn't make a difference as far as how many you get for it. It's not like it's a big missile pickup. So it's just kind of a strange visual thing, I think. Just really strange. But with that, we can move on. Just mind all the glowflies in this tunnel. All the way up. And through here. And suddenly, very ominous music. And a save point. So, back after a quick refreshing pause. Alright, so time for us to get to the top of this shaft. And as we go, we can discuss perhaps one of the more random palette selections I made. Originally, I was going to use a Justin Bailey palette for this segment. It was a suggestion from my friend Shag, and I really liked the idea. Unfortunately, in practice, I couldn't quite get it to work out. Just something about the colors, it didn't really look too good. It's the same sort of problem that I had with another viewer suggestion. Somebody wanted to see the fusion suit colors. And those colors do look good together, if you can very solidly define where all they go on Samus, and if you're not limited to a 4-color palette that also affects the rest of the world. So as much as I liked both of those ideas, I just couldn't really get either of them to work for these purposes, unfortunately. So in a bit of a blind panic to at least come up with some sort of palette that I could use to get more recording done, I looked through my gaming collection and randomly landed on Sly Cooper. But I do think this looks rather nice. So we have a Metroid in here. And it's an Omega. So we know the basic drill. Spin, jump around, try and land behind it so that you can get some back attacks. Getting them positioned just where I want them can still be a bit annoying. I still don't really know a surefire way to fight Omegas. They're not quite as cooperative as Zetas can be. They have a nasty habit of having questionable hitboxes to where shots that really look like they should hit don't. They can turn around just in time to avoid back attacks, and sometimes they just get hyper-aggressive with the lunging attacks, and I'm not really sure what causes that, or how to get them to chill out. Thankfully, if we need it, we have a lot of health to go through. And there we go. One down. So rooms like this sector, it really has an NES Norfair vibe, which I really liked that area. Kinda looked like you were in a big trippy lava lamp, and the jazzy music helped. It's one of those things, I freely admit it is pure nostalgia, but it is one of the biggest problems I have with Zero Mission, is I hate the synth choir remix of the Norfair theme. I far prefer the jazzy sound of the original. So if we come down here, we have lava. Yeah, we're not going down there just yet. That's not to say there's nothing we can do down there. We'll talk about that a bit later on. For now, though, we're just going to go over here. Now, if you really want to, there's a save point at the top of this shaft, and nothing else up there. Honestly, I'm not really sure why it's there. It's so far out of the way of anything else, and it's not that far away from where we started this segment, the save point there, so I really don't get why it's there, but I suppose if you want it, there it is. I don't really feel like we need it, though. We're doing okay. And this looks familiar. Second verse, same as the first. Oh, stop turning around. Look, your doctor prescribed missile-based acupuncture. I know what I'm doing, just trust me. It's for your own good. We're getting some good attacks in here. And there we go. You're a good patient for the doctor. You get a balloon. So yeah, Omegas can still be kinda tedious, but not really that bad. Like I said, I'm pretty sure they're a lot worse in the fan remake. And for those wondering, I do actually have the fan remake. I just haven't really played a lot of it just yet. From what I understand, the remake changes a lot, so I don't really want to get confused while I'm still working on this LP as to what the layout is of the original game and what the layout is of the remake. Because, yeah, from what I understand, the remake changed a lot. I'll probably play more of it after I finish this LP. I'm kind of looking forward to doing so, because what I have played of it so far, it looks like a really solid game. I might eventually do that as an LP as well, but it probably won't immediately follow this one. And this time we have cosmetic water that does nothing for the fight, so it's essentially the third one of the same fight. Yeah, there was an example of one of those shots that really should have hit but didn't. I'm not really sure whether to blame more questionable hitboxes or invincibility frames or what, and now you've gotten aggressive. Come on, just stay still and eat your missiles. How do you expect to grow up big and strong if you don't eat your missiles? There are starving Metroids in Turion. Yeah, like, what was with that? That very clearly should have hit. And you're being very annoying about turning around just in time to avoid back attacks. Stop that! There we go. And with that, we are down to one single Metroid remaining. And the lava has drained. And we've already seen where that is, so time to head back. Just be careful hopping over the scrubbing bubbles once again. Kinda want to see if I can get some large energies from the motos here. And that would be a big no. Well, fine then. We'll just continue on our way. It isn't really that big a deal. I mean, we still have plenty of energy. So, down we go. Now that the lava's drained, we can go through here. And up this twisty-turny passageway. No enemies in here, so you can just go wild with this. The syrup of evil is back, and this time it's blueberry. It doesn't really matter here. It's going to be a bit of a problem later on, though. Okay. Going through these hallways, you either have to be pretty good with the space jump timing, or you can just spider ball across the ceiling. Just be very careful about landing in the syrup, because it has some hidden pits in it. And if you go down one of those pits, it's one way. So you have to go back through the previous floor again. I think one of these has kind of a demonstration of that, yeah. Like I cannot go back up through this. Not really a huge threat or problem, more just an annoyance than anything else. Thankfully, I was lucky when I landed in the syrup earlier, and I did not land in one of the pits. But with that, we've reached a safe point, so time for another quick refreshing pause. Back in a moment. So one fun thing we can discuss here. If you come here with full health and the Varia suit, this is one of the few times you can actually survive the tunnel of lava while it's still filled up, so let's go for it. Breaking the game is fun! It is still eating through my health at a pretty good clip, though. So you have to be fairly quick about this, even with max energy tanks. But there we go. Unfortunately, the devs thought of this one. Yeah, this spike barrier, it doesn't go away until you've cleared the phase. Now, you sit in the corner and think about what you've done.